guys, welcome back to another video. This is part 1 of building my cardboard Fender Stratocaster, and let's get into it. Alright, so the first step is you're going to do the templates, you're going to print them out. I'll provide a link in the description, and you're just going to trace them out on the cardboard, and like I do here. I did 2 pieces of the body just to have one on the bottom and one on top. Cut them out like you see here, obviously, makes sense, you know. Now you're going to make some strips about the width of whatever your ruler is, and that'll be for around the guitar, just because it's a good length, I feel like, and it's around the average length of the actual thing. Sorry for the such crappy transition, terrible at this thing. Oh, there's another transition. Sorry, that one's bad as well. So, you got the strips for around the guitar, and what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get off that top layer of cardboard to help it bend as smooth as possible and just get the one side of the corrugation off. It's a pretty simple task after you start doing it. I would recommend drawing a line down the middle of the body to start with the outer part. It just makes it so much easier. Now we're just gonna take the strips all around the body. Take your time with this. You want some nice clean edges. And make sure to mash the cardboard when you bend it to make it bend as clean and as nice as possible, because you want it to adapt to every single curve of your guitar body. As you probably can see, I'd recommend using a little bit of painter's tape to help stick it on. Don't use anything stronger than painter's tape, just because it might peel off your cardboard and ruin it. And once you finish that, you're just going to put the front on, and you're going to add a bit of a bevel to that one edge. I guess my camera didn't record that. My bad. Right here, I'm cutting out a little hole for the neck of the guitar to just slide in nice and clean. Now you're going to add the body details to the back. There's a groove on the back, and it's a little tricky to draw out, but once you get it nice and clean drawing, you'll be able to get it super easy. You're just going to score that cardboard to help bend it, and then you'll cut from the side panels to bend it down in. Again, recommend using some painter's tape to help it keep steady while you glue it. That's what it should look like. Alright, Alright, now we're going to work on that little back panel. It's just like a little square. It's really easy to draw out. Now there's a little plug-in, whatever that's for. I don't know. You're just going to cut the little hole out there. And you're going to draw, like, you just draw a little circle, and you're going to draw where you want the hole for the aux thingy. I don't know what it's called. Cut that out. Alright, you go in. So what I did is I just heated up a little bit of plastic. I cut it to the shape I need it, and as you can see a little bit, I just melt it enough to where I can bend it really easy. I tried a couple things and they all didn't really work, so I just ended up bending it. I added little triangle cuts to help make it to a nice little groove. That's what it should look like. Alright, I'm just going to glue that right in there. Now you're going to cut all these sides. And when I say all the sides, I mean all the sides, because if you know anything about electric guitars or have ever seen one, you notice that every side has like a smooth round edge. That's what I'm adding right here. I'm just cutting and cutting and cutting. You can use scissors, you can use a knife. It all just depends on how comfortable you are with everything. I didn't record me doing the backside, but the backside is basically the same thing. I'm adding a little bit extra glue to help it stay down a bit better, and then boom. Now we're going to draw out the line for the, I wanted to call it a body plate, just because it's like a add-on that just goes above the plate. I don't know if you noticed, but there's like a little rectangle in the front of the guitar on the top of the body, and that was a mistake. That's my bad. I cut that clip out so you don't make the same mistake I did. You only need one of these pieces, and it's a pretty simple shape. I can also provide link to a 3D model to help you draw out if you need it. Now, it's just playing around, getting all the shapes right, and yada yada. Right now I'm drawing on an outline of where I want it to help me glue it on a bit better. There it is on. Alright, now we're going to work on the neck of the guitar. It's a super simple shape. You just got to layer. It takes a bit of time and work, but super simple. Now, the neck has like a really weird, tricky shape right before the head. It's super simple to bend. You just gotta be careful so as not to rip the cardboard when bending it, and you gotta make sure it's a nice, sturdy bend when you do it so that it stays. The pieces that I layered up, I cut them off right before the head, and that probably was not a smart idea on my end because my neck it's not super sturdy, so I don't recommend doing that. Right now I'm just making a groove for the dowel rod and gluing the dowel rod in. As you can see, the neck starts to take its shape. Now I'm working on the head. It's kind of the same concept as what I did on the body. You're just going to add a strip around it and glue the other piece on top. Now there probably are easier ways to do this. I mean, it would probably been way easier if I just stacked it, but I tried to be creative and it really didn't work out in the end because my neck is like really shaky and not sturdy. Now I'm just gluing the top part of the neck on and or head. My bad, head. There's the dowel rod. I left a bit over. So that part I was just raising up the neck a little bit, and now we're just gluing it in to complete the guitar shape. That's what you should look like. Now I'm just gonna add some of the details onto the body. There's just like a little like switch thing in there. I still haven't figured out how to make it, but if you got any ideas, let me know in the comments. Now I'm working on the pickups. I think that's what they're called. The pickups have an odd pattern. It's 2 straight and 1 crooked. It's really weird, but I guess it's kind of cool. Now I'm just using hot glue to add like the screws basically. And then I'm going to mark where all the chords are and add little notches with my hot glue gun there. It's just a super simple way to add like dots and stuff to your creations. Now I'm adding the frets, or at least drawing them out. For reference, I'm pretty sure there are 22 total frets on the neck, so. Now I'm actually making the frets. This took a minute. I sped it up for you, so you don't want to see 20 minutes of me doing that. Now I'm working on where like the strings would go into it, like the body of the guitar. It's a super simple shape. It was pretty easy to make. It's a little tricky, to be honest. Yeah, I probably should have used super glue for some parts of it to make it look a bit cleaner. And I didn't have any on hand, and I didn't want to go buy some. So it's not as clean as it could have been. There's basically just these little rectangles. You're going to stack 2 to 3 of them, and then the third one you're going to cut like a little notch out, and they're going to go on that weird L shape. Definitely do take your time with this. This was probably one of the trickiest things for me to figure out. There's like this little backboard almost on it. I didn't catch it on camera, but I cut up a pen tube and I put it in as like there's like little tubes in there, so I just cut up a pen tube and it worked. It looks nice. The only thing is you gotta make sure that all the ink is out, or else the ink will bleed out on your thing like mine did. Right here I'm working on making like the little design for the actual knobs. It was a super simple design. It's just a circle, a rectangle, and a curved line. You just have to play with it. That's what it should look like. Alright. You gotta make 3 of the knobs, and now it's on paper mache. So it's just gonna be glue and water, and you just mix it up until it looks like that. It's super simple. This is where you're gonna have to get messy. You're gonna rip up any sort of paper you have on hand, and you're gonna dip it in that mixture. And it helps if you have a bit more water, because then the paper just like absorbs all the other papers. I only did a little bit because I remembered I have to make the other knobs. Yeah, I kind of procrastinated it and then forgot about it. But once you make the first knob, it's super simple to make all the other ones if you keep like the drawings you made. I cut up an old paintbrush and I made holes in the body, and in the end you can turn them. It's pretty cool. Now you're gonna take the super thin strips of cardboard to get to the like the spaces. It's like, I don't really know how to describe it, like the curves and stuff. It just makes it look nicer. Don't be afraid to layer them. Like, it's gonna take a lot anyway. I probably had to go over some of the edges too many times. It was pretty hard. And that's what the head should look like. I didn't record it for some reason. And that's it for this video. I hope y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.